welcome back. Okay, so let's start attacking these decals by spawning them. So the first thing we're going to want to do, come out of here, is let's start filtering attribute elements. We're filtering, we're going to filter specifically for a target attribute, which is, and I'm going to start with just my decals, right? So I'm going to start with something like decal damage 06, which is my first of my is it going to show it in here? You may remember, don't know if you will, with the first of my boxes was the decal damage tag. In fact, you can see I've got the decals damage elements over here. So I've got a whole bunch of different decals that I would want to work through. It's decal damage 5, 01, and so on. So decal damage 5, that should be the first one, I think. And then I've got ornament. In fact, let me just check. Let's just go back over here. Let's go and have a look at this decal ornament. This should give me all of the filtered data. Inside filter. Let's see. Outside filter, inside filter. Okay. We should. I mean, we're spawning these things. It should be showing up data points. Now, okay. So it is actually it's in there. It's just the way it's filtering those out is being interesting. Okay. So let's see. So if we filter decal damage 05, we want a constant threshold of true. And essentially what we're going to do there is we're not going to have a static mesh spawner, we're going to have a decal damage in here. And then if it's inside the filter, we're going to spawn actor. And within our spawn actor elements in here, what we're going to do is we're going to select and create the decal. So what we'll do here is actor template class, we'll go with decal actor. And then we want that to be template editable, and then the decal actor that we're going to control here is the type of decal we want. And so what we can do here in the decal material is go and find the decal that we want, so decal 5 in this particular case. Obviously you can see we've got all the other decal variations here, decal 5, and spawn decal 5. And what we should be able to see is a decal has been spawned over here. There we go. Okay, and then our relative rotation at the moment is set to 9. We want the relative rotation to be 0. We don't want to actually modify that. We want it to keep its rotation inherited from its initial points. If I go and let's disable this static mesh spawner, and we should, there we go. What we can see now with spawning back our original elements is our decal spawned and stretched and scaled on our building here. So you can see that the size and scale is inherited from the original element here. So our spawn actor is working, which is great. Okay, and again we can choose to be able to modify that if we want. We can have that attached or in the graph folder, and so on. So we can choose to sort of actually spawn that in, or have that as sort of an attached kind of component part of what we're building over here. There we go. So you can see it's sort of inside here. In folder, we'll kind of hide it away inside here and still spawn it. Now what we'll need to do is here is if we want to change these incidentally as well and get different decals, we can change it from the template actor over here. So if we didn't want template decal 5 and we wanted decal 6, then we could, we can swap those in and out. So decal 5 is the one that we want for this particular location. Now all of the decals that we've got are all being controlled by all of our tags that we grabbed previously. You can get rid of the static mesh spawner now, I don't need it. And as you can see, we have a whole bunch of tags that we want to get through. Alright, so we've got decal ornaments, decal patterns, decal dirt, decal dome, decal 5, damage and dirt. All of these decals are the ones that we want to span. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video here, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate these elements and spawn actor. I'll do the first one just so you can kind of see what I'm aiming to achieve. Decal element 05. All I'm going to do with these, just to speed it up, is essentially select these elements here, and I'm going to change this to the next one, which is decal 7. Obviously we're going to need to in fact, what I'll do is I'll add a wee root node in here. There we go. And then actually we'll just come out of the wee root node. So decal 7, and then I'm going to change the spawn actor. I've got, and then in this one, again the template actor, we'll change the template actor from 5 to damage 7, because the tags and what I want is going to line up. And so what you can see now is the this start to populate. There you go, decal 7 has sort of been spawned over there. Okay, all good. Wait, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to plug the rest in, and you'll get to see what it looks like with them all done. All right, we're back. As you can see, this has taken a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. It's just one of them where you just got to kind of duplicate and just rename. But now we've got all of our decals in as well, which is great. We've spawned those, and they've taken the sizes as well, so you can see where we've got big decals and small decals. That's cool. All right, which is great. So now we've got the decals, we've got the spawn actor elements coming out there. So yeah, we're in a pretty good place. The only thing I do want to add to this, and I think that we haven't done yet, is let's create those sort of custom elements. I think this would work, and you've got a way of controlling all of these. But there's one thing I did want to add, and I think that's the the custom control for things like those interior variations. So what I mean by that is, if I've got my blueprint build in here, and I've got my variation 3 with all these pots, what if I wanted more pots and I wanted to be able to control these with a spline and actually make use of PCG as we've perhaps known it for scattering before? Well, let's do that, right? Let's go back into thinking about creating a spline sampler that can be worked with inside our blueprint, and projecting that onto the landscape, and then spawning some elements inside of there to control it. So we'll do that in the next video.